The Great Massachusetts Migration Mystery East versus West. Alright, let's talk about Massachusetts, a lovely state famous for tea parties, terrible drivers, and a frankly absurd number of Dunkin' Donuts. But there's a curious thing happening. Over in the east, particularly around Boston, things are booming. Cranes fill the skyline, tech companies are multiplying, and people are flocking there for high-paying jobs. It's a vibrant, bustling metropolis, constantly growing and changing. Now, pan west, past Worcester. Welcome to Western Massachusetts. It's beautiful, with rolling hills and charming towns, but here the story is different. Instead of a population boom, there's a gentle decline. While Eastern Mass is thriving, Western Mass is wondering if anyone remembered to send an invitation. This isn't just a minor blip. For years, Eastern Massachusetts has been adding residents, while many counties in Western Massachusetts have seen their populations shrink or stagnate. It's a demographic divergence reshaping the state. So what gives? Why is one part of this small state acting like a magnet for humanity, while the other is experiencing more personal space? It's a puzzle, and tonight we're going to try and piece together some of the reasons why Western Massachusetts is finding itself a little lighter on people these days, while the rest of the state seems to be packing them in. Let's dive in. 21.
The phenomenon we're observing is a classic case of regional disparity. Some areas, typically those with robust modern economies, act like giant vacuum cleaners for talent and ambition. They offer the jobs, the amenities, the sheer gravitational pull of opportunity. Think of Boston and its surrounding cities. Cambridge, Somerville. These places are buzzing. 1. Narrator. Media group. Aerial view of suburban neighborhoods. Luxury homes. High-end shopping district. Stock you distribute equally. When we say Massachusetts is growing, it's a bit like saying that movie star is incredibly wealthy. True, but some parts of that wealth are concentrated in very specific places. The overall state population has seen an uptick, but this growth is not evenly distributed. It's like a pizza where one person gets 70% of the toppings and everyone else is left with a sad, barren crust. That person is Eastern Massachusetts.
So what's the main culprit behind Western Massachusetts' population diet, jobs, or rather the lack thereof? For generations, Western Massachusetts was a manufacturing powerhouse. Think paper mills in the Berkshires, tool manufacturing in Franklin County, the Springfield Armory. These places provided stable, decent-paying work. They built communities.
But, as we all know, the manufacturing landscape in America has changed. Many of those traditional industries either downsized, moved overseas, or simply closed up shop. And when the anchor employers leave town, it creates a vacuum. It's not just the factory jobs themselves that disappear, it's the ripple effect. The local diner has fewer customers. When people leave an area, they take more than just their U-Hauls and their questionable taste in music. They take their spending power, their tax contributions, and their participation in community life.
The consequences of this population decline in Western Massachusetts are far-reaching and interconnected. One of the most visible impacts is on public schools. Fewer families with children mean fewer students. Fewer students mean less state funding, which is often tied to enrollment numbers. This can lead to difficult decisions, program cuts, teacher layoffs, and ultimately, school closures or consolidations.
Think about it. A local school is often the heart of a small town. Closing a school isn't just an administrative decision. It's a blow to the community's identity and its future appeal to young families.
Fewer young families move in or current ones move out, further reducing student numbers and putting even more pressure on the remaining schools. It's a domino effect, and the kids are the first to feel it.
We touched on it earlier, but this brain drain deserves its own spotlight because it's such a critical piece of the Western Massachusetts puzzle. It's not just that the number of people is declining in some areas. It's who is leaving that really stings.
Often it's the younger, more educated and more skilled individuals who are packing their bags. These are the people who would typically be starting businesses, buying homes, raising families, and contributing fresh ideas and energy to their communities. When they leave, they take that potential with them, and it's a significant loss.
Imagine a town invests heavily in its K-12 education system. Its students do well, they go off to good colleges, they get degrees in engineering, medicine, computer science, you name it. Then, armed with this knowledge and ambition, they look around their hometown and find, well, not a lot of opportunities that match their qualifications or aspirations.
So they head to Boston, or New York, or Silicon Valley, or wherever the jobs in their fields are concentrated. The home region has essentially subsidized the workforce development of another, more prosperous area.
Now it's not all doom and gloom and tumbleweeds in Western Massachusetts. Far from it. There are people, passionate and dedicated people, working their socks off to try and turn things around.
Revitalization efforts are underway across the region, taking various forms, from grassroots community initiatives to state-funded programs. They know the challenges are steep, but they're not throwing in the towel just yet. They're trying to make Western Mass not just a place people are from, but a place people want to be.
One major push has been to improve infrastructure, particularly broadband internet access. In today's world, reliable high-speed internet isn't a luxury, it's a utility, as essential as electricity or water. For too long, many rural parts of Western Mass were digital deserts, making it incredibly difficult to attract remote workers, tech startups, or even just allow existing businesses to compete effectively.
Significant investments have been made to roll out fiber optic networks, and while it's an ongoing process, it's a crucial step towards leveling the playing field and making the region more attractive for modern economic activity.
There's also a focus on leveraging the region's existing assets.
So the big question, will these revitalization efforts succeed? Can Western Massachusetts reverse the population decline and write a new, more prosperous chapter?
Well, if I had a crystal ball that actually worked, I'd probably be using it to pick lottery numbers, not predict demographic trends in New England. The truth is, it's complicated, and success will likely be a mixed bag, varying from town to town, from valley to valley.
There are reasons for optimism, but also some pretty significant headwinds. It's like trying to sail a small boat in a very large, somewhat unpredictable ocean.
On the plus side, the increasing viability of remote work, accelerated by recent global events, could be a game changer. If people can keep their city jobs but live somewhere more affordable and scenic, Western Massachusetts suddenly looks a lot more appealing. The improved broadband access is key here.
The region's natural beauty, cultural attractions, and strong sense of community are genuine assets. There's also a growing appreciation for a slower pace of life and a closer connection to nature, which the West offers in spades. Some towns are already seeing an influx of new residents, often Zoomtowners looking for a change of scenery.